may proceed when you're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor. Can you tell the jury who you are?
My name is Jeffrey Spence.
And
Do I need to be closer?
Real close to that microphone.
this courtroom is so big
Okay.
that it swallows up everybody's voice. And the battery's out.
Set it in there. Can you hear me now? Is that better? No, still not? Oh, on.
Is it working?
It says it's on. Can you hear me now?
I can.
Better? No? Still not? I'm running into the box here. Thank you. How's that?
It's
Better?
Much,
Yes, guys?
much better.
Yeah?
Who are you?
My name is Caitlin Spence.
And when were you born?
July 2nd, 1986.
Where were you? Where'd you grow up?
Grew up in Pennsylvania,
Whereabouts?
Brookfield, Pennsylvania.
Who's your mother and father?
Jeff and Karen Spence.
Okay. Do you have any siblings?
I have a sister, Carolyn Spence.
Are you older than her?
I'm older. I'm
Okay.
like a year.
About a year older than her?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how did a girl from Pennsylvania wind up in Tippah County, Mississippi? Can you tell the jury?
First, I went to school in Ohio. Then I came down to Mississippi to go to Mississippi State. Then from there, I started work at Tractor Supply, and I've been all over Mississippi. Opened up a store in Boonville, so I was in Prentiss County, and then I met Kirby, and he took me to Tippah County.
Okay. Turn that microphone down towards you. There you go.
Like that, okay.
Now, what did you study at Mississippi State?
Mississippi State was for veterinary medicine.
Did you get a degree?
I did not.
Did not finish your degree?
No.
And I believe you told me you worked for different places around the state in that field?
So when I first moved to Mississippi, I worked at Starkville Veterinary Hospital and as their office manager and head technician. And then after I was finished with vet school, decided to go a different way. I started working at Tractor Supply in Starkville. And so from there, Tractor Supply took me, I worked in a number of positions for them, and I started opening stores for them. So I was in Philadelphia, Mississippi, I was in the Delta, I did fixer work in Greenwood, up to the Memphis market. Pretty much the entire state was.
So when did you move to Boonville and begin working at TSC?
Around the end of 2018, start of 2019.
Okay.
They opened their new store there.
And shortly after that, you met Kirby Carpenter?
I met Kirby. We started dating in 2020.
Okay.
I met him a couple months before that when he opened up his liquor store.
All right. And then at some point, did you move in with him?
I did.
When was that?
Probably mid 2020, maybe July, August.
Okay. Who lived there? Who all lived in that house when you moved in with Kirby?
Kirby himself and his son, Towns.
Okay. And how old is Towns?
Well, at that point when I moved in, I think he was just shy of 2. I was there for his second birthday party.
Now, you and Kirby ended up having a child together.
I did.
Enola?
Yes, sir.
When was Enola born?
July 23rd, 2022.
All right. Now, had you talked to your mother and father about Enola being born and them coming down to stay with you and Kirby to help you with,
Oh, yes, sir.
not only
Yes.
to be there to celebrate the birth, but to help with Enola?
Yes, I did.
Tell the jury about that.
So we, the plan was for when I went into labor for my parents to come from Virginia. and stay with us for about a month after. I had been reading about the 4th trimester and how important that was for recovery and breastfeeding and new babies. So they offered to be there and help us through that.
Okay. Were you still working at TSC at the time?
I was.
Did they provide maternity leave for
I
you?
had 12 weeks maternity leave. I believe 6 were paid, and then I took the other 6 that were unpaid.
All right. And after Enola was born, when did you start back working at TSC?
Mid-October, like the 2nd or 3rd week in October. Started immediately after we came back from Pennsylvania.
All right. So after Enola was born, y'all took a trip to Pennsylvania?
Yes.
The purpose of that
A couple of
was
months after she was born, yes.
just to let the family up in Pennsylvania meet the new
To have
baby.
all the family and friends in the north get to meet her. We stayed for about a week and had a couple of baby showers and sit and sips and things like that.
And then everybody came back.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Had you talked to your mother and daddy about when they planned to go back to their home in Saltville, Virginia
When?
in November?
In November?
Do you know when they went back, when they left Tippah County and
Are
went
you,
back?
are you talking in November of 2022?
November 2022.
Yes, when they left on Tuesday the 29th, and we had not had anything planned for them to come back. I think it was going to be contingent on mom's doctor's appointments.
And I guess what I'm asking is, was that something that y'all discussed? Hey, mom and I are going back to Saltville, Virginia on November the 29th. Or was that something you knew a few days ahead of time?
I did know a few days ahead of time that they were leaving. I had to set up childcare. We had discussed that.
All right. So would that have been the first day, the day they left, on that Tuesday, November the 29th of 2022, the first time you had to set up childcare for Enola because you were having to work that day?
That was the first time, yes, that we had to have all-day childcare, yes.
Okay. And I think you set that up with one of your friends in
Yes.
Boonville?
Yes,
Is that
Bailey,
correct?
yes, Bailey Reese.
Bailey Reese. That morning, November the 29th, when you left for work, was Kirby at home?
On Tuesday?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, he was.
And you went to your friend's house before you went to work, correct?
Not on Tuesday, the 29th. Wednesday, the 30th was the day that I took Enola to Bailey's house.
Okay. Do you know what time your mother and father left on Tuesday, November the 29th?
Early afternoon, around 1 or 2.
Were you there when they left?
Yes, I was.
All right. So 1 or 2 in the afternoon?
Yes, sir.
All right. Did you have any communication with your dad after he left between November the 29th, 1 o'clock, through the next day, the following day, November 30th, 2022?
No, I did not have any phone calls with him. The first phone call I had with my parents was that Thursday.
Did you try to call your dad?
I don't think, I may have messaged. I'm not sure if I was texting, but I don't think, I didn't try to call until Thursday because that was when I had a doctor's appointment.
All right. So on November the 29th, they leave at 1 o'clock. Do you know whether you didn't have any communication with your dad that day?
Just that morning physically before they left.
But you didn't have any communication with him
I don't
after
believe so,
he
no.
left? Okay. All right. Then the next day, November 30th, did you try to contact your dad that day?
I know I knew that they had arrived safely, that's all. So the text, I believe, might have come from my mom in our group messages.
From your mother?
I believe so. I did not have a conversation with my dad.
All right. So on the morning of November 30th, 2022, do you know whether you talked to your dad on the phone or not?
No,
You
I did not.
Do you know whether you did or not?
The first conversation I had with my dad, I believe, was on Thursday.
Okay. And that would have been on December the 1st.
That would have been on December the 1st, yes, in the evening.
In that conversation with your dad, did you ask him about why you hadn't been able to get up with him?
Yes, that was told to me in the conversation that his battery was broken, phone was dead.
Okay. So you asked him, you had a conversation with your dad on December the 1st. Hey, I tried to get in touch with you. And his response to that, if I'm understanding, is, my phone was broken, my battery was dead, was his response to you. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. I had tried to call him after I got out of Enola's doctor's appointment,
All right.
and get a hold of either one of them.
Now, on November 30th, that was a Wednesday, if you could tell the jury what happened that morning of Wednesday, November 30th, 2022.
From wake up?
Wake up.
Okay, yes. On November 30th, I was going to Memphis for work. So I woke up about 4:15, got myself and the baby together, had left the house probably about 5:15, 5:20 to go to Boonville, which is to the east of where I needed. So that's why I had to leave so early, because I had to leave Boonville by 6 in order to get to Memphis by 7:30.
Okay.
I needed to be at our meeting by 7:30. I took the baby to Bailey's, dropped her off, got her situated, and then took off for Memphis.
Okay. When you left the home, was Kirby at home?
Yes, he was. He was in our bed.
All right. And he was alive?
He was sleeping, yes.
Was that the last time you saw him alive?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you don't normally go to Memphis to work, right?
I worked in the Memphis market the last 6 months that I worked with Tractor Supply.
Okay.
So I was up there often.
Okay. Now, did you work all day long?
Normally, I switched positions when I got pregnant. So my job went from being a salaried employee to an hourly. I worked from 7:30 to 6:30 normally.
Did you work all day long?
I worked until about 3 or 4 o'clock probably.
All right. When you got done working, did you go straight to Bailey Reese's house?
I traveled to Bailey Reese's house, yes, after we were done with our meeting. I stopped at the Goodwill and I think I got a Starbucks, but
All right.
I hit 72 and was right home to the baby.
All right. Now, on November the 29th, the day before, had your dad given you any instructions or say anything about what you should do after work on the 30th?
Yes, when they were leaving, he was going through take care of, Enola, be good to, yourself, good luck at work. He knew the meeting that I had, and then said, Wednesday after I get home to suggest to Bailey that we should go out to dinner, get some Mexican and have some girl time, because we hadn't had a lot since the baby was born.
Okay. And that would have been have a girls' night out in Boonville, take your friend.
Yes,
And go
yeah,
eat.
the big party at the Memphis, or the Mexican restaurant, sorry, like
Where-
in Boonville.
It is in Boonville?
Yes, sir, yeah.
Well-known place to go,
There's a few, I mean, just like in Ripley, that's the restaurant to go if you're,
but that's what you took that to mean.
yes.
And that would mean not lunch, but supper.
And it would have been, yeah, supper.
All right. Now, do you know about what time you went to Bailey's house? Got to Bailey's house?
Around 6.
To pick Enola up?
Yes, sir, 6.
All right. And did you suggest that to Bailey, that y'all go have a girls' night at the Mexican restaurant?
I asked her if she wanted to go to dinner, yes, and she said she was tired from the day. Her husband was home, and it wasn't a good time.
So after that, what did you and Enola do?
We went back to Boonville and went to Walmart.
Okay. Now, how long were you at Walmart? You arrived at
Yes, sir.
Walmart in the parking lot. We know that. We know you went in for a brief time, and then went back out in the parking lot and stayed in your car for 20, 30 minutes.
That, yeah.
But all in all, about 45 minutes. Would that be about right?
I believe I arrived at Walmart around probably 6:30, 6:40, and then went in the store, had some, and I was back to pick up our Chinese at 8 o'clock. I believe that I was in the parking lot after shopping at Walmart for 20 minutes to breastfeed.
All right. And that's all on surveillance?
Yes.
And if I represent to you that the time that you leave the parking lot at Walmart, that was 7:52 at night, would you have any reason to disagree with that?
No, sir.
Okay. Sound about right.
Yes.
Now, in between the time that you pick Enola up and the time you leave the parking lot at Walmart, we're talking about 6 o'clock to 7:52. Do you have any communications with Kirby?
I did.
All right, and what was that about?
I believe the first communication we had was I had asked where he was,
Okay.
and he replied back that he was at Gino's.
Does that mean anything to you?
That's a local tire place,
Local meaning local
local to Boonville.
to Boonville?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so you knew exactly where he was?
Yes, yes.
And what about after that?
After that, I had I sent some more messages to him. I had met a woman in the returns line that we had a longer conversation than normal. I told him that I had met her and that she had kind of cornered me. So we had a talk, and I wanted him to know where I was and when I would be home.
You're going to be delayed a little bit?
Yes.
Okay. All right. What about after that?
More messages.
Any-
I asked him if what he wanted to do for dinner, if he wanted Chinese. I told him I was going to pick some up, that I was leaving Walmart.
Do you remember whether he responded to that?
He did not respond to me after the Gino's message.
All right. Do you remember his last response to you being 2 question marks?
I was going to say the last question mark was in the Gino's was a string of question marks, yes.
And how did you take that?
When I asked him why with Gino's, it was because I thought he meant that he was at Gino's in the business,
Right.
not passing Gino's.
Driving by?
No, the way he phrased it, he was friends with the manager there and the guys that work there, and I thought he had stopped there. He was looking into buying a tire business, and he was trying to steal the manager, and so I thought maybe he was smoozing him. I asked him, why he was there. I believe he might have messaged back that, he had been working, And, you know, like, it was very short, and then the question marks after were normally like a, end the convo question marks, I'm sure.
And I represent to you that there's been search warrants and downloads of his phone. If those double question marks on November 30th of 2022 were at 6:37 p.m., would that be about right?
Yes, I'm sure, yes, that sounds
No, you don't
right.
You don't disagree with that?
No, I do not.
Not based on the context of
No, sir.
when this was happening?
No, sir.
End of the day?
That sounds about right.
All right. That would have been at 6:37 p.m. And I believe it's already been established that it would take about 15 minutes to get home from Gino's if you were driving by.
Longer.
15 to 20,
Like, it would take me solid 30 from Boonville.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
Now, the parking lot in Boonville at Walmart, if you left at 7:52, did you stop anywhere else on the way home?
I did. I traveled to the other side of the parking lot and stopped at the Chinese restaurant to pick up dinner.
Okay. All right. Now then, how long did it take you to get home? Do you remember about what time you arrived home?
I think around 8:30, 8:40. It was late.
Okay. And what were you driving?
Which car I was driving? I was driving my black Suburban.
And was Kirby's truck there when you arrived home?
Yes, it was.
All right. Anything unusual about going from your car into the home?
It was dark.
Okay.
There was a mess in the garage. There were cans and garbage strewn all over the garage.
Okay.
We had a pet dog named Lucy. She was wild and tore things up a lot.
I thought the dog may have turned.
It wasn't
garbage
abnormal
over.
for us to have that to come home to.
All right.
But it was dark and nobody. The house was dark. I didn't see. The Kirby wasn't there. Our door was locked, but his truck was there.
All right. Door was locked.
Yes, sir.
You used your key to get in.
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you know whether your dad had access to a key?
We kept a spare key on our side door. It's how everyone accessed the house. Kirby's
tell him-
family, my family. Yes,
Was he aware of that?
I believe so. Yes,
How, you think so, or did you tell him where it was?
I'm sure while he was there, I told him or Mom. That was common if we needed to lock the house and not be there. Most of the time, one of us was there.
And I believe you had on the home there were security cameras all over the place. Garage.
Yes, sir.
I believe. Do you know exactly where all of them were located?
We had one on the front porch, one in the garage, like right above the garage door where you could see the inside of the garage. There was one on the outside of the garage to where you could see the driveway, and there was one on the side door, and that was the security system cameras.
Now, was Kirby inside?
No.
Okay. And it's late in the evening, long day at work. Did you try to text him?
I'm not sure, sir.
Where?
I believe I probably did. I don't know if I did it immediately, no.
But over the next few days, hours, you did
Yes, I texted
try to
him.
call, try
Yes.
to text.
Yes, I did.
Where are you? Mm-hmm. Did you see any signs of anything unusual in the home when you made entry?
No.
All right. And but no Kirby.
No Kirby.
When you woke up the next morning, was Kirby there?
No.
Throughout the day, you didn't know Kirby?
I was gone from our house for most of the day, but no Kirby, no.
Okay.
No communication with him.
And that would have been on December the 1st?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When did you find Kirby?
Around lunchtime on the 2nd.
Okay, on December the 2nd?
Yes, sir.
Were you on the phone when?
I was, sir.
Who were you talking to?
Maddie Jane Jones, Kirby's mom.
Okay. And do you remember what you told her when you found him? Was she was trying to get a hold of Kirby, or?
Her and I had been talking a few times, like all morning. We were texting, and I had a couple of conversations with her before then. We were trying to find Kirby together.
And how did it come to be that you found his body? You just walked outside?
I had gone up to our deer stand on the back. I'd gone up to our deer stand, and when I was coming back down off of the hill, I could see the whole property, and I could see where his body was.
Now, there's been some testimony that you told law enforcement that you went up to the deer stand, and they said there's no way to. What they took you to mean, you couldn't scale up that steep slope. Is that the way you went?
No, sir.
Did you have a NOLA with you?
I did, sir.
All right. And how did you make your way up to that deer stand?
We had a cutout, like a power line cutout on the side of the hill in between our house and the little beauty shop. We kept it bush hogged, and it's kind of you cut right, cut left, and then you go onto the flat part of our property.
All right.
It skips the slag wall that they've discussed.
But on the way back down, you had a clear view of the
When you
property.
come back down, yes, you'd have a clear view of the landing pad that was basically our house and property.
And that's when you saw Kirby?
Yes.
All right. What did you do after you got off? Did you get immediately off the phone with Maddie Jane?
Yes.
And what did you do?
Ran down the hill.
All right. What did you do after that?
Called 911.
Okay. And we've already heard that 911 call.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any trouble with the transmission?
The reception of
reception?
it? Yes, I had to call twice,
Okay.
and the operator couldn't hear me.
Okay.
We had to have Wi-Fi at the house for our calls.
And I believe Maddie Jane knew something was wrong too,
Mm-hmm.
and sent her husband over.
Dwayne was the first one that arrived, yes.
Okay. You were still on the phone with 911 when Dwayne arrived?
I don't remember that.
Okay.
I could have been.
At some point after that, did you call your mother and father?
I did.
Okay. Did you talk to your father on the phone?
I did.
Do you know approximately when that would have been after discovering Kirby's body?
It would maybe an hour afterwards. They once a number of law enforcement came, first responders, and then they took me from his body and put me in the house in the nursery with Sharon Kay and a NOLA. I still had a NOLA on me.
What did you tell him?
That I had found Kirby's body.
Okay.
Kirby was dead.
Do you remember his reaction to that?
Silence.
Okay. He never said anything in response to it?
They said they would be on, he said he would be on his way. They would be on their way as soon as possible.
Okay. And when did they arrive?
The next morning, maybe again around lunchtime.
December 3rd?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, it would have been
3rd.
December 3rd, that Saturday. Yes, sir.
Now, did you subsequently learn who killed Kirby Carpenter after this time?
Yes.
And when was that? The first time you learned who killed Kirby Carpenter?
When I had the waterfall conversation with my father.
Okay. Can you tell the jury about that conversation you had with your father? And I tell you what, did you have a conversation with your father in December of
Yes, sir.
2022
I
before
did.
the waterfall
Yes, sir.
conversation?
Mm-hmm.
And it was about whether, I'll ask it to you this way. Did you learn that your father had come back to Mississippi from Saltville, Virginia on November the 30th, 2022?
Yes, sir.
And when did you learn that?
In December of 2022.
And tell the jury about that.
She needs to speak up.
Speak up just a little.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Tell the jury about that conversation.
It was after we had found Kirby, and of course the whirlwind that was. We were talking, as you do in these situations, on what could have happened, who could have done it, and he implied to me, he told me that he had brought a package to Mississippi, back to Mississippi, placed it under a 5-gallon bucket in our open shed, and then went back to Virginia, and he thought that those were the people that Kirby would have met that night that that killed him, and that he had that those would be the best. He thought that's who had taken Kirby out.
Okay. So he told you this story that he came back to Mississippi, if I'm understanding it correctly, to leave something in the carport under a 5-gallon bucket.
Yes.
All right. Did that seem unusual to you?
It was. I didn't think it occurred often, no. So yes, I thought it was unusual. But he explained that Kirby had asked him to bring a package back. I asked more questions, and it was a package of drugs. He implied that they were pills, and that was where he placed them for Kirby to have later that day. Is what he told me.
Based on what he told you, did you believe that your father had come back to your home on November 30th, 2022?
Yes.
All right. And that part of it, you believe that he told you?
Yes.
And did he say that he believed that investigators would find the people that were coming to get whatever he put?
Yes, and I also thought so that, yes.
So they would be the ones that were responsible for killing the father of your child?
Yes.
And he felt confident they would find him?
Yes.
All right. Did he indicate what he put under that 5-gallon bucket?
He did.
All right. What did he say?
He implied that they were pills. I'm not sure what, but it was pills for Kirby to resell.
All right. Like a drug deal?
Yes.
And that drug dealers killed Kirby?
Yes.
All right. And this is what your father told you in December of 2022?
That's what, yes.
All right. So on November 30th, 2022, if I understand you correctly, you did try to contact your dad. The records will show it. But you never talked to him on the phone.
I didn't get a hold of him
The
until
following
Thursday.
day, he says, my phone was either broken or the battery was down.
Yes, sir.
Okay. At any rate, from your point of view, his phone was off grid all of November 30th, 2022.
Yes, as far as I knew, he didn't answer, yes.
All right. Did you express to your dad in some way? If so, tell the jury, trying to inquire further why your dad would be a part of some bringing pills back to Kirby?
We didn't have a long, it was told to me basically that it was none of my business. We did have a conversation that, and I mean, I knew from Kirby, we were opening up the distillery. We had a large payment that we needed to make, and that Kirby wanted to make some quick money, and Dad knew of somebody that could make that happen.
And when you tried to inquire further, he said, mind your own business?
Yeah.
And was that fairly direct or firm?
Aggressive, yes.
Aggressive? Does your father talk that way normally to you?
No.
Okay. All right, now the second conversation you had with your father, can you tell the jury when that was?
It was between April and June of 2023,
All right, and where was that located?
Saltville, Virginia.
All right. Now, there's testimony that you, your mother, and your father left Tippah County on December 20th of 2022. Do you have any, is that about right?
It was after the funeral. I'm not sure what date we left.
Okay. December 20th is going to be just before, Christmas.
Yes, yeah.
The funeral was on
Before.
December 17th.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And so you wouldn't disagree if there was testimony that the three of you left on December 20th, 2022, that would be accurate?
I believe so, yes.
All right. Where did y'all go to Saltville, Virginia?
Yes.
And where was that home located? Do you know the address? Is that
Roan
the-
Lane. I'm not sure the house number, but
sorry?
it was Roan Lane.
Roan Lane?
Mm-hmm.
And they were renting?
No.
No, they own that home?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you stay there from December 20th up until April?
I did. I traveled, but yes, I lived there with them.
Other than traveling with Enola, that was where you stayed?
That was, yes.
With your mother and father?
Yes.
All right. Now, what was it that you were dealing with that made you want to revisit your dad's involvement in Kirby's death?
Events, facts that were coming out, conversations that I was having with people. After it happened, I didn't handle it well. I went to a crisis center, finally got a couple of therapists to help me work through what had happened, the stress of it.
I understand.
Mm-hmm.
And that, I want the jury to hear sort of what you talked about, talking to people. Were they from Ripley or Tippah County?
It was assorted, yes.
People you knew back home?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You were following things on
the news
social
and
media?
social media, yes.
That were revealing parts of the investigation,
Yes.
and you're starting to put a few things together.
Mm-hmm.
And is that what made you want to have another conversation with your father?
Yes.
All right. So how did you broach that topic with your father, and what happened? Tell the jury.
I asked if we could go for a walk. The waterfall was where we would take Enola almost daily, sometimes twice a day for walks. But she was down for a nap. My mom was with her in the house. So Dad and I went on a walk by ourselves to talk, and for me to try and broach this with him and get some answers.
So the walk with your father would not have been unusual?
No.
Daily?
No.
What did you ask him?
yes. I asked him if he had anything to do with Kirby's death. I asked him if what some of the things that I was hearing was true. He turned aggressive and very short with me in his answers. He said that it wasn't my job to find, who Kirby's killer was, that Enola was my only responsibility. He said that he did what he had to do, that the less I knew, the better. He said that I shouldn't let a gift horse in the mouth.
Are you responding to this?
Trying to. Most of the time I didn't get much out. There wasn't much back and forth. It was just shutting me down basically and telling me that my focus needed to be Enola.
Okay. Do you recall your father's demeanor at that when he was telling you these things?
Angry?
Had you ever seen that before?
No.
Had you ever seen that side of it?
No.
And when he said that he did what he had to do, that he did it for Enola, did he say
Said Enola was safe.
that she was safe?
Yes.
Okay. Did he say anything about when he was telling you what he did, that that's what a parent does?
That's
I would object to the leading, Mr. Quickmore.
Rephrase your question.
Did he say anything about his duty as a father or anything of that nature?
He said that that's what a good father or good parent does. But that was when, at the start of our conversation, when he was telling me that my focus needed to be Enola, that Enola was the priority, and that I didn't need to focus on anything other than Enola.
Okay. Did you take this conversation? How did you take this conversation with respect to Kirby's death?
That he was confessing to me that he had killed Kirby.
Okay.
Please say that again.
That he was confessing to me that he had killed Kirby.
He said that to you.
That's how I took our conversation.
Your interpretation.
Your Honor, I object.
You'll have your time. Kevin objects, but you'll have your time for asking questions.
Yes, sir.
Now, did he say anything to you about what you should do with this information?
That I needed to keep my mouth shut or else I would lose Enola and kill him.
Okay.
That's what that is.
Caitlin, I'm going to hand you an Exhibit 47. That's a group text from 2021.
Mm-hmm.
In that group was you, your mother, and your father, correct? Do you recognize that?
I do.
Do you recall that conversation?
I didn't until it was. I recognize that it's us talking. Yes, I do recognize the conversation.
Looking at the conversation, that refreshed your recollection
Yes.
about the topic of the conversation.
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, I would ask that 47 be received with evidence.
Any objection?
No, sir.
All right.
All right, 47 will be admitted.
Now, what I'm interested in is, the context between the three of you.
Mm-hmm.
I think, were you having trouble at work? Or, what am I going to do? You were asking them advice about opening up a business.
I don't remember the having trouble at work, but I did ask the open-ended question of what business am I opening up, Peeps,
Okay.
which would have been Mom and Dad in this conversation.
And what was your dad's response?
Assassins, Inc.
Assassins Inc.
Yes.
And that was in 2021, what month? What date?
Is this the? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
11
November.
November 5th, 2021.
So what business should I open up? And my understanding is his response is
Assassins, Inc.
Assassins Inc. Did you respond to that?
I did.
What was your response?
I said, dude, I wish I was ready and badass enough for that.
Okay. Did your father respond to that?
He did.
What was his response?
You just manage it. You hire the talent. ... The older I get, the less life in prison is a deterrent.
Okay.
Let me see that. I could hear all that.
That was in November of 2021. A year later, the father of your child, Kirby Carpenter, is killed on November 30th, 2022. And your father admitted killing him that day, correct?
I didn't hear that question.
A year later, your father told you that he was responsible for Kirby Carpenter's death, correct?
At the waterfall, yes.
Yes. All right. Now, looking at Exhibit 48, what was that June 3rd of 2023? That conversation between you and your father?
June 3rd of
June-
2023, yes.
June 3rd of 2023. And that would have been after the conversation with your father?
I'm not sure. I don't know when this happened or the conversation specifically, no.
Okay. What message did you send your father?
I sent him a thank you. Would you like me to read it?
If you don't mind reading it.
I said, thank you, Daddy-O, for making it where I can just take care of our Enola. She has been a sleepy, investigating, lapping, snuggling, nursing, lay with mommy baby since you left. We are on our second nap, and she's been Miss Clingy in between. Having the ability to allow her to be all those things on her schedule is just so awesome. Love you.
And did he respond to that?
He did.
What was his response?
No more important use of my life or anyone's.
All right. No more important. use for my life or anyone's?
Correct.
Court's indulgence.
I set it for you as well.
Yes, sir.
Nope.
Is your father in the courtroom?
He is?
Can you point him out to the jury and describe what he's wearing?
Yes, I can. He's sitting right over in the corner with a red shirt. I believe it's striped.
Your Honor, let the record reflect the witnesses identified the defendant.
Let record show reflect.
Tender the witness, Your Honor.
All right, cross-examination.
Good afternoon, Miss Spence.
Good afternoon.
I need to do a little house cleaning, housekeeping, or whatever before we talk more about your testimony.
Okay.
You've been in this case since December the 5th, 2022, right?
Yes, sir.
That's the day you lawyered up.
Yes, sir.
You were asked to cooperate, give statements, and you went and hired a lawyer, right?
I gave statements before,
Well,
but
you were
yes.
supposed to meet the law enforcement at 10 o'clock on December the 5th, and you got there at 5 o'clock in the afternoon
Yes, sir.
because you went and lawyered up.
Yes, sir.
You lawyered up because you knew you were in trouble. You knew you were in trouble.
I lawyered up because that was what was
Can you speak up?
suggested to me.
Can you speak up?
I went and obtained a lawyer because I was instructed to.
I want to get you to comment on a supposed statement that you made at Kirby's funeral or leading up to Kirby's funeral. You know what I'm talking about?
No, sir.
If I drop the name David Barnes, you would know what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
David Barnes gave statements to which you, your lawyer, I, and everybody else in that particular courtroom on that particular day objected strenuously as being a lie.
Correct.
And are you prepared to say today that David Barnes's statement to law enforcement, which actually resulted in your arrest, what he told law enforcement resulted in your arrest, resulted in his arrest, resulted in your mother's arrest? You remember what I'm talking about?
I'm sorry. When you're going to have to repeat the question. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you when we had
You
some
heard what David
coughing.
Barnes says he told Chris McAllister and other law enforcement officers
Yes, sir.
about a statement that you had made to him. You had made.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You didn't make that statement.
I did not, sir.
So the statements that the law enforcement initially got, which resulted in your arrest, your mom's arrest, your dad's arrest, were based on lies.
Correct.
You didn't say what David Barnes said you said, nor did your father say what David Barnes said he said.
No, sir.
Didn't happen.
Conversation didn't happen, no, sir.
Okay.
Not with me.
Well, I mean, he was attributing it to you,
Correct.
that your dad had killed Kirby, and that your dad said, keep your mouth shut or you're next, right?
Correct.
That's what David Barnes claimed, but tell him, never happened.
I never had a conversation with David Barnes.
And you certainly never said anything like that.
I never had the conversation with him.
That conversation did not take place.
Not with me, no, sir.
Thank you. Now, you and your husband, your boyfriend, Kirby Carpenter, were into some high-risk conduct, weren't you?
What do you mean by that?
Criminal conduct. Your boyfriend was not just a coin collector and a metals collector. He was a drug dealer, was he not?
Kirby would make money on anything.
I asked you if he was a drug dealer. I want a yes or a no.
Yes.
And you knew he was a drug dealer. Yes.
I did, yes.
And you actually participated in that activity, didn't you?
No, sir.
You were a drug dealer too, weren't you?
No, sir, I'm not. Nor
I didn't
was
say
I.
you are today. I said you were.
No, sir, I was not.
And not only were you a drug dealer, Miss Spence, you were a gun runner.
Objection, Your Honor. May we approach? Argument.
I need to come up there. Kirby would make money on just about anything. Is that what you said?
Yes, sir.
Including running guns,
No, sir.
stolen guns.
I'm not aware of that, sir, no.
Right. So you deny that.
I don't deny that he had stolen guns when the estate went through the house. I don't deny that. But I was not part of it. I had no knowledge of that being in our home.
I'm asking you if you actually participated in taking guns to other places to sell.
Not with Kirby.
Did you go by yourself?
No, sir.
Go with anybody other than Kirby?
No, sir.
All right. Did it go with David Barnes?
To sell guns?
Yes.
No, sir.
Go with David Barnes to sell drugs?
No, sir.
Your boyfriend actually sold drugs out of the house where you lived, didn't he?
That's what has come to light, yes.
He had people coming to the place where you live selling drugs.
We had people coming to the house for a number of things.
Yes or no? Coming to the house, buying drugs.
Yes.
And you knew it.
In the course of our relationship, there were situations that were fishy, and I knew with David Barnes that sometimes he was paid for his handiwork. in other things other than cash, yes.
I'm not asking about how David Barnes was paid. I'm asking you that drug buyers came to your house to buy drugs from your boyfriend and you knew it.
I
Yes.
did not know it for sure, no, but I did, it has come to light that that is the truth of what was happening.
You say it's come to light. How has it come to light to you?
In this investigation,
So you agree that this investigation has shown your boyfriend to be a drug dealer?
yes.
You know, in life, if you're really lucky, you're born with wealthy parents. Most of us aren't. Or you win the lottery. Most of us don't. Or you inherit a lot of money from a great uncle. Most of us don't. If you don't have any of that, and you're getting into business, you understand the concept of seed money, don't you? Seed money, to begin.
Yes, sir.
You get seed money from different ways, different places, different lucky things. Most of us have to work hard for it. And if you don't have seed money, you have to figure out a way to get seed money, don't you?
Yes, sir.
And seed money for your boyfriend was drug dealing. That's where the money came from, drug dealing. Right?
Kirby was an established businessman when I met him.
I'm not asking about that. I'm just saying Kirby was a drug dealer, and that's where his seed money came from. Don't look at your lawyer. He can't help you.
I'm telling you that, I mean, he was an established businessman when I met him. I don't know how he started his previous companies and businesses
Well, you just got through
in
telling
the
us.
first 10 years before he turned even 30.
You just got through telling us that he was selling drugs out of the house where you live.
That is correct.
So he was a drug dealer after you met him.
Correct.
So drug dealing was apparently his seed money.
Kirby did a lot of different things to earn his money.
Including selling drugs, including, you acknowledge selling drugs.
Yes, sir.
Including running guns.
Objection, Your Honor. I think it's ask and answer if that was a question.
That's
So, form of the question and
This has been asked and answered, let's move on.
When Kirby was killed, you're the only person who was living in that house at the time, other than your little kid.
Yes, other than Enola and towns every other week.
And you were the only living person in that house on the evening of November the 30th.
That's correct.
You were the only person living in that house the next day,
That's correct.
the next night,
Correct.
the next day. That would be
I-
Friday.
I mean, yes, that was my home. I was not there at that point.
I'm sorry?
Once Friday night, I was not at the house, and you said if I was living at the house alone.
Well,
And Friday night, I was
Friday
at
night
his
you-
mom's house.
Friday night you left, but you came back.
Yes,
And you're the only live person at this house from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
yes, sir.
And you are the one who found Kirby, even though and it took you 3 days, even though his body's right out there by the parked cars.
I found Kirby on Friday, yes.
And you're the one that claims that you found Kirby because you had walked up this very high hill in 10 minutes and came back. And that's when you saw him.
It was a much longer walk than 10 minutes.
I think you previously said 10 minutes.
It would not have taken me 10 minutes to do it.
It would not have taken you 10 minutes?
No, I mean, that walk was at least a 20-minute walk, 20 or 30-minute walk.
Before you went up the hill and you came back down,
Yes,
Had you gone outside and looked around for Kirby?
No,
You just went inside and just let it go?
let what go, sir?
Well, the fact that he wasn't around.
That was not unusual in our household for Kirby to leave and be gone without my knowledge of where he was or who he was with.
So I've made representations to this jury that Kirby had a temperament of, I'm going to do whatever I'm going to do, and don't you say anything about it. I come and go as I please. Is that right?
Yes,
And that had been the nature of your relationship ever since you first met him.
yes.
I call that emotional abuse. Did you feel like you were emotionally abused by Kirby?
Yes, sir.
In other words, Kirby wanted you when he wanted you, but he didn't care whether you wanted him or not. Would that be right?
Kirby was his own man, yes.
Sounds like it's a selfish man if you ask David Hill.
Your Honor, I object to the commentary.
I'm leading up to a question.
Phrase it wrong question.
Not only was Kirby emotionally abusive, you've said, he could be physically abusive, couldn't he?
Yes, sir.
When I say physically abusive, I mean he couldn't he?
Yes, sir.
And he has done that more than once
Yes, sir.
and left marks on you,
Yes, sir.
black eyes.
Yes, sir.
You were sick of that, weren't you? You were sick of two things. You were sick of Kirby Carpenter emotionally abusing you, coming and going, like he's single, except he wants you. And you were sick of being physically abused, weren't you?
We had our problems. We had we worked through and we're continuing to work through
The week
a number of situations in our relationship.
The week of Kirby's death, the week before Kirby's death,
Yes,
or maybe even 2 weeks before Kirby's death, you and he were into it strenuously, weren't you?
I don't know what you're referring to.
You and he were arguing almost constantly,
No, sir.
arguing so much that Kirby got mad at you, slammed the door so hard he almost broke the glass. Isn't that right?
No, sir.
And then told you to go F and then called a name.
That had occurred in our relationship, but it was not occurring at Thanksgiving before his death. No.
So, but you've heard and seen that kind of conduct from him,
Yes.
and you were sick of it.
I believed in him. I believed that he could change. I didn't think that was the person that he was inside.
Well, that was the kind of person he was on the outside, because he did that to you, and he physically abused you, and I included black eyes and marks, and you said yes.
That is the truth.
So it sounds like he was that kind of person through and through, doesn't it?
He was a hard man, yes.
Yes, you've described him as difficult and hard, and you were sick of it, weren't you?
I loved him.
That's not what I asked you. I said you were sick of it, weren't you?
I did not like being hit. No, sir.
Well, nobody likes being hit, and you would be sick of it if he did it to you, wouldn't you?
I was disappointed.
Well, my question was, you were sick of it. You had your fill of it, hadn't you?
No, I had not had my fill.
Who helped you put Kirby's body where Kirby's body was? quote, found?
Can you say that again, sir? I did not hear you.
Helped you put Kirby's body where Kirby was, quote, found?
I did not move Kirby's body from where I found it.
You didn't find Kirby's body until you learned that Mom, Kirby's mom, was getting in her car and I'm coming over there. Isn't that true?
I had been on the phone with Kirby's family since Thursday morning.
You didn't.
Anyone
quote,
could have come to our house.
You didn't, quote, find Kirby until you knew that Miss Jones was coming over there. I'm coming over there. And then you, oh, here he is. Right?
I had talked to Maddie Jane that morning, and she had permission to come over at any time.
Well, you know.
We had even talked about the sheriff's department on our first call before I went to go to the
but
deer stand.
You never reported him as missing, did you?
No,
All day Wednesday, all day Thursday, half the day on Friday. You never reported Kirby as, I don't know where in the world he is. You never reported him, did you?
no, I did not report him.
If I came to your house, and I've been to your house, or Kirby's house, how hard would it be for me to find the cameras, security cameras?
They were out in the open.
How hard
We didn't
would-
have them hidden.
How hard would it have been for me to locate the controlling devices?
They were, all of our electronics are out, nothing's hidden.
Oh, well, tell me where they are.
For what?
What governed the cameras?
The cameras?
Yes, what governed the cameras?
I was told later that a lockbox, or a little box does. There's a plug-in.
You were told later.
Yes.
From whom?
Law enforcement?
Name?
I'm not sure.
Are you saying before the law enforcement told you about that you didn't know where that controlling device was?
No, sir.
It wasn't visible.
No, sir.
You know where it was found?
No, sir.
Is that something that your mother and your father would know?
I don't know, sir.
Speculation, yeah. Cause for speculation.
Did your mother and father know where that device was found?
I don't know what they knew or didn't know about.
Never talked about it?
No.
Okay. When Kirby was found on that Friday, you stayed in that house by yourself.
Not on Friday, no.
You were invited by Miss Jones to come stay with her, and you went, but you turned around and came back, right?
I stayed with Maddie on Friday night when they had the house closed down, and when the house was released, I went back to the house.
And that was when?
Saturday,
What time?
in the morning, late morning.
And then you were in the house from there until you went back to Virginia, right?
Yes.
Did Kirby have enemies?
Yes.
People who would like to see him hurt?
Yes.
You actually heard a phone conversation, didn't you, between Kirby and a man named Ray Palmer?
I did.
Kirby had him on speakerphone,
I did. And yes.
and they were arguing about money, right?
Yes.
Kirby liked to argue about money, didn't he?
Yes.
And they were arguing because Ray Palmer felt like Kirby ripped him off on a liquor store sale, right?
I believe they both felt like there were issues in the agreement. I would say Kirby was just as heated.
Well, Mr. Palmer wasn't a happy camper. He felt like he'd been cheated, I think, right?
Yes.
And he was asking for some financial relief. Am I right?
Ray, yes, Ray was slow in payments, yes.
He was behind,
Yes.
right? And Kirby, rather than giving him some break and some relief, Kirby told him he was going to accelerate the debt so that all of it was due, right?
He had gone that week to the lawyers to call in the debt, yes.
And that's what he and Mr. Palmer were talking about.
Yes.
And then you heard yourself, Mr. Palmer, say to Kirby, in terms of accelerating the debt, making it all due, that that's the kind of money that gets people hurt.
Yes.
Am I correct?
That's correct.
Did I give that to you in my question accurately?
Yes, sir.
So Mr. Palmer expressed himself that he felt like that's what gets people hurt, right?
Yes, sir.
Just a second. Did you know that Kirby he had a thing about restaurants, didn't he? About wanting to be involved in restaurants.
He owned a restaurant at one point, yes.
Where was it?
Dumas?
Dumas?
Yes, sir.
You know, when he owned that restaurant, did he had business dealings with a man named Hancock?
I believe so, yes, sir.
And he had a falling out with that guy too, didn't he?
Yes.
Over money.
Yes, sir.
You recognize Kirby's handwriting, wouldn't you?
Yes.
I guess you have it. I'm gonna have it.
That'd be fine. D49.
Friday,
D49.
Friday.
ID.
Miss Spence,
Yes, sir.
I've handed you a document that we have marked as Exhibit D49. And I want to know if you recognize that,
I do.
that handwriting.
I do.
You have seen this document before, haven't you?
I have.
Did Kirby show it to you, or did you discover it after his death?
I was there when he wrote it,
You
and
were
then
present when he wrote it.
I was present when he wrote it, yes.
And he wrote that as after he had a telephone conversation with the man whose name in there.
Yes, sir.
And that man's name is,
David Hancock.
and David Hancock was either an investor or a part owner in the Dumas restaurant, wasn't he?
I believe Kirby bought the restaurant from David Hancock, but I was not with Kirby when he had the restaurant.
Okay, well, there was a restaurant connection there somewhere between
Yes.
Kirby and Mr. Hancock.
Yes.
Okay, and it has to do with how much money?
The amount
Yes.
on here, this copy is hard with his, I see 2,500, and then no one was present. We did, maybe that's an 80.
Your Honor, Miss Spence was present when this conversation was issued today to Kirby Carpenter, and she was present when he wrote this note, and we would offer it into evidence.
What was the date?
So
June
June 4th,
2020.
2020.
No objection.
All right, that'll be admitted.
So you were present when Kirby wrote that,
Yes.
and he wrote it right after he had a phone call from David Hancock.
They had an altercation. Yes, the drama of this situation came back up at this time, and Kirby felt like he needed to write down what happened based on what was said.
So there was a previous altercation to the writing of that note.
They had a very public disagreement when Kirby bought the restaurant, and this issue with the contract, I guess, about how much money was still owed or not owed happened.
Well, tell us what you know about this very public altercation.
I was told by Kirby that it got very heated and very public. It was all over Facebook, and I believe David's daughter got involved.
And where
It just was very messy.
where was this altercation taking place?
I have no knowledge of where it happened. It was just told to me
So,
when this happened with us.
so you calling it a very messy altercation based on Kirby's reaction.
Oh, yes. He was very hot about it still.
And he was threatened,
Yes.
and because he was threatened, he wrote down what he was threatened about.
Correct.
I want you to read that. Read it to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what this man wanted to do to Kirby Carpenter.
Thursday, June 4th, 2020. David Hancock called at 11:34 a.m., 1 minute, 54 seconds. David states that he had lied on Facebook about the agreement and admitted we only shook hands on 2,500, and no one was present when we did so. He also stated that he was maybe sorry, or that he was going to see me in the street and shoot me in the
Faith.
in the face. I'm sorry, this copy, David also stated that he had friends in Ripley that would drag me out in the street just like these something with a P, and shoot me like a nigger and leave me laying. David threatened my life and my family, naming my mother and my father and my brothers. David states that Adam Gates also had inferred to take my life.
It was not uncommon for your boyfriend, Kirby Carpenter, to end up in relationships with that sort of attitude toward him. Wouldn't you agree?
Kirby was passionate and had a temper.
And engendered a lot of ill will on the part of a lot of people, including this man and Ray Palmer that we just talked about.
Like I've stated before, he's a hard man. He was just,
Difficult.
he was, yes, he was difficult, but
Well,
that
I'm
was
using
his,
the word
that was
difficult.
just Kirby.
I'm using the word difficult because you've used it previously in this case in
Yes, sir.
settings like this.
Yes, sir.
In addition to these two men, didn't you tell us once about how Kirby got ripped off in Memphis in a diamond deal, and he ended up buying diamonds that weren't diamonds,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
And that really irritated the hell out of him, wouldn't
Yes,
you
sir.
say? Yes?
Yes, sir.
And his answer, or solution to that situation was to take advantage of somebody himself, right?
He resold them, yes.
Well, he went to Chattanooga and passed them off as real diamonds, and they weren't. And he got away with that.
That's correct.
And he came home happy that he had ripped the Chattanooga diamond dealer off.
He was happy with his sales, yes.
So he was happy that with the price that he got.
Yes, he was.
He got a real diamond price,
He made very good money that day, yes.
and he was happy about that, even though he took advantage of somebody.
Yes.
And that made Kirby feel good, and the Tennessee diamond dealer later threatened him, didn't he?
I don't know about that situation.
You don't know anything about that?
No.
Okay. Didn't he have a falling out with the Memphis gang that he dealt with? He dealt with a gang in Memphis, didn't he? Drug deals.
That was never addressed with me as a drug deal situation. The only time we talked about that was a storytelling of when he sold liquor to, he called him a biker gang in Memphis when he had his first liquor store in Ripley.
And this biker gang in Memphis, that's the group that he dealt with from Memphis. I mean, he had ongoing drug deals with these people, didn't he?
He told me the story about selling them liquor. That's all I know about anything like that.
All right. Didn't he have a show of arms and force in his parking lot in Ripley with these particular people, where they pulled guns on each other?
I'm not aware of that. I'm only aware of what happened with Adam Gates.
Pardon me? Adam Gates?
I'm only aware of when Adam Gates pulled a gun on him in Boonville.
Tell us about that.
Adam and Kirby had been into it. Kirby had driven by Adam's house, and I'm not. This was around the time of the David Hancock situation. Kirby had driven past his house and flipped him off when he was on his porch. Adam had jumped in his car. Not his car. He was a wrecker driver, so it was the wrecker with the big bed on the back, and chased us down in the Subaru. Ran us off the road.
You were in the car?
I was in the car, yes. And then they had an altercation. Adam pulled in front of us and pulled into like a side road where he had pushed us off the side of the road from Dumas to Ripley. And they screamed at each other, threatened each other. A motorcycle came up behind us, and they both separated. I got Kirby to keep driving. And then later, maybe a week or so, a couple of weeks, He had another altercation with Adam in Boonville, where he said that Adam pulled a gun on him, threatened him. There was supposed to be, like, the police, Kirby called the police and called his mom, and his mom was either there or got there. I was not present in Boonville when that happened. I just heard from Maddie and Kirby what Adam had done and threatened.
Have you lived long enough to appreciate the danger of drug dealing?
Yes, sir.
So not only has Kirby had these individual experiences that I've been asking you about, and you've been telling us about and reading to us, he was a drug dealer, and that in and of itself, by itself, without any other consideration, is high-risk conduct. Wouldn't you agree?
Correct.
Dangerous conduct.
Yes, sir.
And he was routinely doing it. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When you were describing to us what you now claim that your father has said to you on 2 different occasions, that was well after you were lawyered up, right?
Yes, sir.
You were lawyered up within less than a week of Kirby's death, right?
Correct.
And that was in December of 22, right?
Yes, sir.
And it took you all of 23, 4 months of 24, to come up with the story that you're now telling everybody. Right? You gave a contrary, you initially denied everything under oath in court, right?
We had our hearings, yes.
And you, 2022, December the 5th, you lawyered up, you denied any knowledge of any of this, yes?
I had no knowledge of who killed Kirby December 5th.
And you didn't say anything to the contrary until April of 24.
That's correct.
That's 16, 17 months.
That's correct.
And you only changed the story because you were offered an opportunity to get out of this case, get out of jail. You were in jail for 17 months, weren't you? 16
Yes, sir.
months, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Freeing you up to hold your baby again. Right?
Your Honor, I object to the preliminary question. You don't,
Finish your question.
You were given an opportunity to get out of jail and be in a relationship with your daughter because you hadn't seen her in over a year. Isn't that right?
It had been, yes. I was given some visitation while I was in jail.
You got one visitation.
But I'm sorry, sir.
You got one visitation with your daughter while you were in jail.
Yes, 1 30-minute visitation, yes, sir.
So in April of 24, you hadn't had contact with this little girl for about 30 minutes.
Correct, other than video calls. I had video calls with her.
Well, that's not the same thing as hugging her.
No, sir.
It's not the same thing as playing with her. You'd agree with that, right?
That's correct.
Not the same thing as snuggling with her, as you've talked about how important all that was.
That's correct.
Yes? And so in April of 24, you come up with this story that you're now telling everybody. Had never told anybody before then. Let me finish. And that's in response to a offer by the state of Mississippi to give you access back to your daughter.
Objection, Your Honor. Form of the question. Can we approach?
Come on.
If I'm remembering correctly, I think where I was. Is that better? Can you hear me better? Is this better?
That is better.
Okay. If I'm remembering correctly, I was talking to you about you didn't come up with what we've heard here today until April of this year. Am I correct?
That's when I had my testimony, yes.
And you didn't give this proffered information until you had a deal in place that gave you freedom, bail, access back to your daughter. Am I correct?
This has nothing to do with my daughter. They don't have control of my daughter.
My point is, you have control of your daughter, and you have it now because of a deal that you cut in April of this year.
No, sir, I do not. I am testifying truthfully, and then I will be sentenced. That is what happened in April.
All right, let's talk about what you just said. Your case, even though you're not in this courtroom defending yourself, your case is not over.
Correct.
The case against you here is not over.
Correct.
And it won't be over until you get sentenced at some later date. You've entered a guilty plea,
Yes, sir.
earned your freedom, access to your daughter, but your case is still pending, right?
Correct.
And it won't be over with until you're sentenced.
Correct.
And you weren't going to be sentenced until you come to court today and deliver. Correct?
After my testimony.
Deliver your
Correct.
deliver your testimony. Your case has been pending since April
Correct.
for 5 months because you're not going to have this behind you until you come and do what you're doing right now.
Correct.
And what you're expected to deliver, you have to deliver what they need. They being the state of Mississippi.
No, sir, I'm to testify truthfully to the facts that I know of.
Well,
I'm not delivering for anyone.
the truthful facts that you know of weren't reported to anybody for 17 months. Am I right about that?
I gave statements to the police as I knew, and I mean, I've had quite a few conversations with law enforcement, with and with my counsel.
I understand. But you didn't get any relief from your situation until you gave the statement that you're now giving.
I guess you could look at it that way. It
Well, that's
also would have relief if I had gone to trial. I'm not sure, I'm not sure I understand your question.
You did not give the statement, the proffer. Here's what I got to say now, until you had a deal giving you freedom and giving you your daughter back.
Correct.
And your case is not over with until you come into this courtroom and say what you've been saying that was the truth all along.
Correct.
So you've changed your testimony in April of this year.
I told the waterfall story, yes. I
April?
thought, yes.
April of this
When
year.
yes.
And you say you told the waterfall story because you were so concerned about all the Facebook chatter and the confusion, and you just had to hear it from Jeff.
When you're saying that you're asking me about I confronted Dad at the waterfall, yes. That did not happen in April.
I'm sorry, say that again?
When you're saying that April for my to be free to have this deal, that's in that last question, that's how I took it, that you were saying that was the conversation that came up in April of 2024. Again, I'm just not understanding what you're asking me. Can you please ask it again?
Well, the waterfall story you say happened sometime between April and June of 24.
Not of 23.
23.
April and June of 2023.
Oh, okay. Well, that's even better. So the waterfall story happened in April, May, or June of 23.
Correct.
4 to 5 months, 4 to 5 to 6 months after this tragic event involving your boyfriend, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
So it took you from April of 23 to April of 25 to change your story. 2 years.
I did not. I was, after our conversation at the waterfall, I was very intimidated by my father. I was very upset with him. I did not feel like I could come forward. I believed that when we were arrested, that my father would come forward and tell the truth. And I did not want to have to be testifying against him. I did, yes.
It seems to me that that's exactly what you're doing today, is testifying against your father about something that you held for 2 years and you only gave up when you got some relief from the state of Mississippi, and you gave it up for the reasons that I'm saying.
I am testifying today with the truth because I feel that the truth needs to be heard.
You testified a little while ago that this waterfall confession or waterfall statement or whatever you want to call it occurred because you were emotionally unstable, you were emotionally upset, and that sort of thing for those 2 years.
No, sir.
Didn't you talk about therapy and counselors and?
When you say 2 years, that was 2 years when from the April call to when I was incarcerated and we were waiting for our trials and our sentencing and our hearings. It was not 2 years from the waterfall. Kirby's death was in December of 2022, and the waterfall happened between April and June of 2023. And with the text message we had, I believe we could say June of 2023.
I'm asking you specifically about the time period between December of 22 and April or June of 23 for that 4 to 5 to 6 months. You've testified that you put pressure on your father on the walk to the waterfall because you had been so upset and that sort of
It
thing.
took me 6 months to confront him, yes.
And did I hear you correctly when you said that during that period of time, you were dealing with all sorts of chatter on Facebook and you wanted him to say what you now call the truth?
No, sir, in that 6 months, I did not know that my father was responsible for Kirby's death.
Well,
No.
That's what
No, sir.
That's what you specifically said you
Yes,
asked.
in June of 2023, when we had the waterfall conversation, that is when I believe he confessed to me, and I believe that that's when I knew that my dad had killed Kirby.
And
Previous to that, no, I was with a therapist. I was just trying to take care of my baby.
you weren't seeing therapists then?
No, I was. The
You
6
were?
months after, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And you were upset, and you were saying to these fine people from Pontotoc here that that's what prompted you to confront your father on the walk to the waterfall.
Yes, going through what happened during, yes,
The Facebook,
the months of living together, the situation that had happened. I mean, the replaying of memories, the nightmares.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I think we finally agreed to something. That's the period that I'm talking about, and the reason I wanted to bring it up is because you weren't really that upset, were you?
Yes, I was
You
devastated.
You weren't so upset that you couldn't travel, Miss Spence.
No, I traveled, absolutely.
You traveled a lot to Pennsylvania, didn't you?
I did.
All right.
To visit my grandmother.
And you weren't so upset that you couldn't travel to Alaska, right?
No,
You traveled to Alaska
I did on my therapist's orders.
on that same during that same time frame.
Mm-hmm.
You traveled to Alaska to attend the Iditarod.
I did.
For those of us who may not know what the Iditarod is, it's a 500-mile dog sled race.
Yes, sir.
And you went with your daughter
I did.
to Alaska,
Yes.
alone with your daughter.
Yes.
No other family members.
No.
So you weren't so upset that you couldn't handle that sort of travel and that sort of responsibility. Am I correct about that?
This was directed by my therapist to, at that point, I was properly, I was taking medication that was helping me. I was back to sleeping with that medication. She suggested that for having independence with my daughter and I and moving forward as a single mother, trying to start a new life.
You traveled to other places during that period of time, didn't you?
I believe, yes.
Tell us where.
I took the trips to my grandmother's house. She was 86, so we
You've already
visited
told
with
us about
Enola.
Grandma. Talk.
I went to Ohio to visit my best friend from college.
Any other travel
I don't believe so, no.
during that 4 to 5 month period of time?
I don't recall, no.
You say again.
I don't recall any other trips. Oh, I'm sorry. We, Dad and I went to Myrtle Beach when we were traveling back.
I want to know, when you moved from Kirby's house in December of 22,
Yes, sir.
you went to Southwest Virginia,
Correct, sir.
where Mom and Dad lived,
Correct.
and you lived for some period of time with them.
Yes.
And when you moved from Kirby's, you carried with you the largest U-Haul trailer that you can rent,
We had a U-Haul, yes.
a big U-Haul,
Yes.
and you had it chock full
Yes.
of your stuff
Yes.
out of Kirby's house.
Out of our house, yes, sir.
And when you got to Southwest Virginia, you put everything in that trailer in a storage unit.
Correct, sir?
And if I called the name of the storage unit, would you recognize it?
Probably, yes.
A1 Storage.
Yes, sir.
And that's somewhere in one of the communities of Southwest Virginia.
Yes, sir.
And that storage unit was basically full of your stuff.
It had some items that I had from our house in Mississippi, and I shared it with mom and dad, so we had other items in there too.
You had
we shared it.
mostly your stuff.
Yes.
Furniture items,
Assorted, yes.
clothing,
Yes.
your clothing.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So that storage unit was full of stuff that belonged to you, that came out of the house in Tippah County, right?
Me and my parents, yes.
Well, I know, but your parents weren't moving from Mississippi to Virginia. They are already there, okay?
Correct.
So most of what was put into that storage unit was yours,
Correct.
okay?
Yes, sir.
Including this mailing tube. Am I correct about that?
I'd have to look at it.
May I hand it to you?
Sorry. Yes?
Now, that's a yes to what? What did I ask you that you said yes?
You said if it was my things and that mailer came from it and if that was mine, and I said yes.
This mailer is yours. Came out of Kirby's house. You're in Kirby's house here. Went into the U-Haul because it was yours, even though it's got Kirby's name on it.
Correct.
And there's a reason. I understand why that would be. You and Kirby used to buy such of this either in your name or his name, and the fact that his name on it doesn't mean anything except this is yours.
It means nothing other than it was delivered to our house.
Okay.
Like if inside that is from based on the company name, it's a concert poster.
It's a concert.
So
poster.
Yes.
What you and Kirby would sometimes order, a concert poster, which you and Kirby would sometimes order because he was into music.
Yes, because he was into music, but also to resell. And
So you would buy these and sell them.
correct.
And I'm correct, am I not? To buy this one, you had to buy 9 more, just like it.
There were some, it would depend if the specific one was in there. That must be something. There were drops, and that's why Kirby would buy and I would buy based on the time of the drop and the accounts that you had to have in order to get the early drops.
And that you had to buy a certain quantity to get them.
Some of the places, yes.
I'm gonna check if I want to pull this out.
Just reference that.
Your Honor, Ms. Spence has acknowledged what this is, where it came from, and it's hers, and she ordered it. And it's been in 21A or B box, and I'd like to pull it out and mark it individually.
As the next numbered exhibit, or one of the 21s.
21C?
21C?
Yeah, just keep it.
That'd be fine with me.
That's all right.
All right. We're gonna be D21C. I'll be admitted.
All right, Ms. Spence. You didn't need to go on a made-up waterfall walk with your father to create a story about November the 30th, 2022, because you actually knew on November 30th, 2022, where your father was. Didn't you?
No, sir.
I've handed you, Ms. Spence, a multi-page document, 3 or 4 pages,
I see that.
that contains a series of text messages.
These are from my mother, yes.
This is a text exchange, not just from your mother, it's from you. It's a
Between
dialogue.
my mother and I.
It's a dialogue, a text dialogue between you and Mom. And you see the phone number on there, one of the phone numbers on there that's your phone number.
Yes, sir.
And the other one is Mom's phone number.
Yeah, it says that.
And on the third page, well, actually on the bottom of the second page, you and Mom are talking about your baby, right? And how she is so funny in a certain way. At the top of page 3, LOL, she is so funny that way, right?
I've got glad Bailey could snuggle.
Yes.
So I'm just looking for your LOL snuggle. Are you talking about the one on the third page? Says LOL, she is so funny that way?
That's what
Is
I
that what
just
you're
said.
saying?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. I'm at-
Then yes, I'm at the right page.
And then the next text from you is, what you eating for dinner?
Yes, ma'am.
What you eating for dinner, right?
Yes?
And the date of that text from you to Mom is 11/30/22.
Would you, yes, sir?
Delivered at 11/30/22.
Mm-hmm, yes, sir.
That's you writing that text.
That, what are you eating for dinner? Yes,
What
to
you
my
eat-
mother, yes.
What you eating for dinner?
Yep,
And the time?
8 o'clock, 8:00:03 is what's on the paper?
Yeah. And then Mom writes back to you, and tell us what Mom says.
She's saying, Dad and I are eating hamburgers in a few minutes. He just got back up from a good nap. He worked hard today inside and out. The hound dogs are back on the porch now. Love you lots and lots.
So as of 11:30, that's written back from your mother on what, November the 30th?
November the 30th, 2022, 8:04.
8:04. So you write at 8:03, and Mom is right back to you at 8:04.
Mm-hmm, yeah, at 8 o'clock, I wrote that one,
On
yes.
November the 30th, and 2022, and Dad is, we are eating hamburgers in a few minutes, right?
That's what she said, yes,
This is 8 at night
correct,
on November the 30th.
correct,
Dad worked hard today, inside and out. Implying that Dad is in Saltville, Virginia.
correct,
Eating hamburgers in a few minutes. Dad is in Saltville, Virginia.
correct.
Well, if he was in Saltville, Virginia, wouldn't you agree that he would have a difficult time being 800 miles away?
That's correct.
November the 30th, 2022 is the date that the Mississippi government assigns as the date that Kirby was killed.
Correct.
He was in Virginia cooking hamburgers.
That is what the text says.
Your Honor, we would move this into evidence. Mark, that's another exhibit. I'm sorry.
Okay, then we you ready to interview?
I'm introducing it right now, yes.
No objection.
Okay.
And if we went to what we've been discussing, this is a multiple page document, but we've been talking about page 3 of this document. Do you agree with that?
Correct. Yes, sir.
And if you turn to page 4, you write, LOL, good, after Mom talks about how hard Dad worked and we're fixing to eat hamburgers. You say, I'm glad to hear that. I know you've missed his hamburgers. Thank you so much for helping out so much with Enola. You are the best grandparents. And your dad, did I read that correctly?
Yes, sir.
Your dad is family famous, locally famous for his hamburgers, isn't he?
He makes good hamburgers, yes, sir.
Judge, I may be through. I want to go through what's laid here by way of exhibits.
What's that now?
I want to look at these exhibits and make sure I'm not overlooking something.
Okay.
Just give me a second. Just a second.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Spence. I have no further
All
questions.
right. Redirect. While you come around, ladies and gentlemen, jury, you may have noticed that some of those boxes with the good stuff in it, money and silver and gold and stuff, we moved them and put them back in the vault. We didn't want them walking off during the day. If we need them again, we'll get them back. But, our deputy was getting that tired of sitting in here guarding every time we took a break anyway, so we put that in the vault. We've got some pictures if we need them, okay?
All right. December 2nd, 2022 is when you found Kirby's body. There was a lady from the Highway Patrol, Kathy Hall. Do you remember talking to her at the house?
Yes, I do.
And you talked to her for about an hour.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
And you didn't have an attorney present then, did you?
I did not.
And an attorney present.
Tammy Hall.
I mean, Tammy Hall. All right. Now then, the next day was Sunday.
Would have been Saturday.
Saturday.
Yes, sir.
Then you get a call on Sunday from Chris McAllister to come in the next day
I think so, yes.
to get a more detailed statement.
Yes.
Is that your recollection?
He asked just to come to the sheriff's department the next day.
All right. Now, I think on cross-examination or when we were first answering questions about that particular time, you said that you brought an attorney with you at someone's insistence. Do you recall saying anything like that?
Yes, sir.
Can you clarify for the jury what you meant by that?
Over the weekend after I had found Kirby's body, a series of events had happened with the family and us at Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. The sheriff's department had been called in on Sunday. I was over at a friend's house on Sunday before the sheriff's department was called, Kendall Stevens, and I was discussing things with him, and he suggested that I take a lawyer with me on Monday.
Okay. And when you went to meet with your lawyer, was your dad present with you?
He was with me, yes.
Okay. Now then, in that statement to the Tippah County Sheriff's Department, all these names that you've been asked about people that may have had, some contention with Kirby for whatever reason, business or otherwise. Did you, in that statement to the investigators on December the 5th, 2022, list each and every one of those?
I'm not sure, sir. I know I talked about it with Miss Tammy, the MBI agent. I mean, she went through that with me, so I'm not sure if we did it. She was also there again on Monday.
And that conversation with law enforcement was recorded?
Correct.
So it would have
Yes.
that in it? Do you recall telling investigators at any time during that interview, people that might have some ill will toward Kirby Carpenter?
I would think we would have gone over that, absolutely.
And the things that you had knowledge of?
Yes.
Up until that point, did you
Yes.
share that with them?
I did.
Okay. That would have been, I believe, Ray Palmer.
Yes.
Did Ray Palmer have a key to your home?
No, sir.
Did Ray Palmer know anything about where the security camera was inside your home?
He had been to our house once that I know of.
Do you know whether he had any?
But I wasn't there, so I have, like,
Did the diamond guy in Knoxville have a key to your home?
no, sir.
Did he know where the security camera was?
No, sir.
David Hancock. That David Hancock, he was a associate with the Yates individual, Adam Yates.
They were part of the situation together, yes.
Part of the
Sure,
situation
yes.
together.
Yeah.
And we've had testimony that David Hancock was about 71 years old and had come to the sheriff's department. You may not know about this.
No, I don't.
And asked how to get his $2,500 from Kirby's estate.
Oh,
Do you know anything about that?
I only know, the only thing I did not know he went and did that, no.
And that Adam Yates, at the time that Kirby was killed, was no longer alive. He had died of COVID.
I did know that.
Okay. And that was the whole cross-examination by Mr. Hill of your testimony about some altercation between he and Kirby. Is that correct?
With David or with, no, I'm sorry, the altercation with David or with Adam?
With Adam?
Yes. I talked with Mr. Hill about what I knew about David Hancock and what I knew about Adam Gates, yes.
At some length.
Yes.
But he was dead at the time Kirby was killed.
Yes.
Okay. Did either one of them have a key to your home?
No, sir.
Did any one of them admit to killing Kirby?
Not that I know of, sir, no.
Who did?
My father.
Do you have, after that vigorous cross-examination about each and every one of those individuals, do you have any concern that any of those people have any responsibility for the death of Kirby Carpenter?
No, sir.
The text message on November 30th, I believe the question posed to you by Mr. Hill was, this is a message between yourself and your mother, Karen, on November 30th
Correct.
of 2022. And it indicates that it implies, it's implying that your father was there. But you had tried to contact him that day, and you were unable to have any communication with him at all. Is that correct?
Mr. Creekmore is leading his witness. He's basically
Don't leave the witness.
treating her as if he's on the cross.
Rephrase.
Was this a communication? Who was this communication with?
With my mother.
Okay. I would like to talk to you about the time period from the conversation you had with your father at the waterfall. After that encounter, did it take you a long period of time to process what he had told you?
Yes, I was very upset after our conversation, and I almost immediately went back up to Pennsylvania to be with my grandma.
Do you love your father?
Yes, sir.
Did you love him at the time?
Yes.
Y'all were all charged together. Did you receive, even though he was incarcerated, did you receive communications from him?
I did.
And what was the primary tenor of those communications with you?
That I had to stay strong for Enola, that I needed to be a good mom, that I needed to stay strong through this process.
Okay. So help me understand how you took that, knowing that you'd had this conversation and now you're receiving these kind of stay the course letters from your father.
That I needed to keep quiet.
Did you have any expectations of your father as this whole situation was leading up to this very moment?
What do you mean by expectations?
Did you have any expectations that your father we're talking about the time period
Okay.
from when he talked to you until now, or when you came forward.
Okay.
And I want to know if during that period of time, whether you had any desire for him to do anything.
Wanted him to tell the truth. I thought my expectation was that he would tell the truth.
Did you feel like your time was running out?
Yes.
Okay. Now, custody of Enola, you were on cross-examination, you were asked questions about that. Were you immediately reunited with Enola?
I was able to see her during my family's months that we have her, yes. I was not immediately reunited with her at all.
And that's under the control of Chancery Court?
In Pennsylvania, the Pennsylvania court system.
Of a chancellor?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Court's intelligence. That's all the state has.
This week we finally excused, we got you number.
Filing excuse.
All right, Spence, you're free to go, you're welcome to stay, whichever you'd like to do, anyway, okay?
Okay, thank you, sir.